can blame the Bengals front office for poorly managing the salary cap. When it came time to pay their superstar players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson, for example, they dragged their feet. With Joe Burrow, they allowed Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson to get paid ahead of Joe Burrow, and that upped the price by at least $20 million or so. And with T. Higgins, they were dragging their feet. They slapped the franchise tag on Higgins in consecutive years and ended up having to pay him a lot more than what they could have if they just offered him an extension early. With Jamar Chase, they again played hardball, didn't really work out, as it kind of motivated Jamar to play at this amazing level that he hasn't really tapped into in his past, and ended up leading the NFL in receiving yards, receptions, and receiving touchdowns en route to a wide receiving triple crown. With Trey Hendrickson, they had this whole issue of, is he going to get paid? Is he not going to get paid? And just before the season began, they ended up getting a deal where they restructured Trey's deal to get him more money up front, and it seems to be just essentially a one-year prove-it deal for Trey Hendrickson. We've seen the Bengals have talent at specific positions. They have a top edge rusher. They have a really good wide receiving duo. They have a stud quarterback, but the margins of the roster is where it's severely lacking, and that's really led to the Bengals being in this conundrum where they are today. They end up overpaying their players, and if you just look at the wide receivers, they could have maybe saved at least $100 million, and that money could have been used to get Trey Hendrickson a long-term deal instead of a one-year proven deal. Or you could have used that money to bring in even better offensive line talent via trade or free agency, or find a way to figure out how the hell are we going to fix this atrocious defense that we saw last year in 2024, as the Bengals offense really didn't have any problems. They were one of the best in the league, but that defense couldn't stop a nosebleed if it tried. All these moves ended up backfiring at some point for the Cincinnati Bengals. And going back to Joe Burrow, who already endured 5 sacks to start the season after 2 games, he took some really nasty hits, and one of them was from Myles Garrett, who is a behemoth of a man, and then the other significant hit pretty much ended his season prematurely. If the Bengals aren't careful, they will waste the prime of one of the best arm talents that have ever stepped foot into their facility, and lose Joe Burrow to an early retirement, just like Andrew Luck with the Indianapolis Colts.